Hi guys, welcome to Nine's Corner. If you've not been here before, hi, I'm Nine. And if you've been here before, oh my God, just come in, give me a big hug. I've missed you, I've missed you, I've missed you. I know. It's been a while. So please like, subscribe, share so that it gets out that Nine's on doing a political read. It's been a while. Yes, I know it's been a while. So what can I tell you about what happened for me to just pretty much vanish out of thin air? Well, to use tarot terms, I had a tower moment. And it's taken this length of time for me to let everything kind of settle and for me to be able to get back to some normalcy and to want to get back to some of the things that I love, which is I love tarot. I love doing tarot with you. I love our community that we've built. And I'm really nervous. I'm probably going to be shaky because I'm truly, I feel like I'm doing it for the first time again. So, and I did, just in case if I ran into any trouble, I brought out my tried and true, which you know have been with me since the very beginning of our channel and even before that. Okay, sorry I had to take a moment to kind of myself down because I'm excited and scared and I just want to do a good reading, so I needed to take a moment, speak to the universe, to speak to me through these cards to you, what the energies are happening right now, tell us the truth, and let's see. What's happening with Donald Trump? He's in the news. He's obviously under so many indictments. People are worried, will he or won't he go for president? You've got Colorado trying to get him taken off the Republican ballot. So, you know, there's just so much happening with the man. Plus now his children have to testify. He's already lost the case, so he's going to lose a lot of money, so we've got to figure out how much money he's actually going to lose. So let's just have a deep dive into Donald Trump because we haven't talked for a while about him. And let's see. Come on now. Donald. The Six of Wands. He is literally at the point where he's taking his final bow. He's turned his back on those who are not reaching out to him, to those who are not giving him help, and he is completely mentally just like, I'm going to be victorious. It doesn't matter. I don't need you. It's almost like these cases, these things, he feels like this is going to bring recognition to me and that people will vote for him. I mean, he really and he's just looking for the spotlight to be on him. So he is going for the Republican ticket, like desperately. What's crossing him is the lovers. What's crossing him is the connections that he's made with people. They're not going to stick it out with them. Obviously, we've seen so many rats leave the boats that it's just like, who's left? But this is a problem, a decision, something that Donald Trump has done in the past that's going to come back and haunt him. It's going to come back and hurt him even more than everything else that's happening. So let's just keep going with the reading, but there's something from the past that's going to shut down any kind of recognition that he's trying to look for. Underneath it all, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. Slow and steady wins the race. I think that Trump, and by extension Trump's people, lawyers, they are going to try to delay. They are going to delay. There's a lack, especially when it comes to the money. They're going to fight about the money. There seems to be this, this is not the King of Pentacles, so he doesn't have the money even to pay off this. He'll have to look to other resources, meaning he might have to go back to some of the things that he's done in the past, and they will not serve him. They will not serve him. But he's so, on the one hand, deeply disturbed because of what's happening, but then deeply disturbed because it doesn't affect him the way that it normally would affect anybody else, that you'd just be like, oh my God, I'm in so much trouble. For him, it's like, how can I make this work for me? How can I make more people vote for me? How can I make them feel like I'm the sacrificial lamb and look how bad the rest of them are? It's like his mind, and it's almost like the stupidity and the smartness of his mind makes him Teflon Don. You know what I'm saying? In the past, we've got the Tower. So here we are seeing that, you know, all of this, all the things that we've been leading up to all these years, all these indictments, they're coming from him, and it's going to fall out. And the Tower being the Trump Tower, bye-bye, gone. Never, you're going to see the Trump name be chiseled off it. Trump Tower is going to be part of this, and he knows it. I think that with the Tower, now looking at the present moment where he is looking for recognition, he's looking to those people he might have left, the people that are from the ground roots. He's going to really try to get their recognition, and he's going to say, I don't care about these politicians, they're all full of it anyway. You and I can win this. He's going to continue with it. But the past, and the past is the Tower, all of this stuff is going to catch up with him. So in his mind, oh, above it all, we've got the Hangman. And we also got the Page of Cups, because they both came out at the same time, interestingly. So on the one hand, and it's not, you know what, this actually makes complete sense when you think about it. Because Donald Trump, on the one hand, wants to come out as the Hangman, that he's a sacrificial lamb. Look, woe is me, everybody take pity on me. And the Hangman is somebody that sees the situation in an entirely different way than most. And for Donald Trump, you know, everybody can see the demolishing and the taking apart of people and the states, and, you know, wars and everything are happening. People can see that, but Donald Trump doesn't. So that's why, even with all that's going on in his life, he still can see that somehow, some way, he's going to make his way to the ballot. We've got the Page of Cups here. So I've always said that Eric is going to be one of the first to get in trouble, because he's going to be the one that's going to be taken down with the finances more than any of them. I got a feeling that this is Eric letting his dad taking or getting the blame for things and letting his dad get away with it. Or at least that's what Donald is hoping ahead of it. Because let's face it, all his kids have daddy issues. I mean, Donald Jr. desperately wants to be him and wants love. Eric Jr. is mama's boy and still wants to, you know, do good by dad. And Ivanka, well, you know, she's not a Trump anymore. She doesn't go by Ivanka Trump anymore. Anywho, she's a Kushner. We'll check out her as a Kushner or as a Trump, whatever she shall be. So in the near future, Donald Trump, what is going to happen? We've got the Three of Wands. So in the near future, Donald Trump is going to be watching how things come in. He's got plans in the works. He's got, he still has some aces up his sleeve, in the sense that it's like, no matter how bad it gets, he's going to continue on and continue on. But I also see this as he's getting unclear. Some of his clarity has gone. You know, you've seen the gaffes that he's done I mean, he was making fun of Biden, and now he's not knowing where he's to and all that. So I think that the future is going to bring in some mental issues for him. I'm really not happy with the idea that in the near future he could be getting some help. But his plans are emotional. His plans are revenge. He has his mind focused on one thing. And, you know, with the skyline purple and pink, it's this continuous story that we've been, you know, that's been woven for years on our channel, knowing that even though Donald Trump is doing this, there is an element of there being a reason, a time, a season, that there's higher beings, higher knowledge, higher spirituality that knows that certain things have to happen to change things, and Donald Trump is one of them. I get a very unhealthy feeling about him. It's like 1 minute, it's like all of a sudden everybody's going to be shocked because he just had a heart attack and died. It's that kind of a feeling. Ooh. Okay. Donald, in this month of Scorpio and going on, poisons. Trump, you know, this doesn't have to be poison from an enemy. This could be eating the wrong food and getting, you know, food poisoning and something happening and you just not being able to handle it. This could be the death of your company, and, you know, you're going to be looking out to others to say, is there anybody going to be able to help me? And it's not. This has all been preordained to happen, and you've got no other choice but to go with it now. I would say be careful, and, you know, don't be shocked if we hear that Donald Trump is in ill health or ends up in the hospital. The people around the Page of Swords, there is papers and documents and so many people that have even more things that are going to come out. There's going to be even more stuff that we're not aware of, that the light bulb's going to go off and we're going to go, oh, okay. It's going to take a while for people to catch up. So in this, I feel like the Republicans who have been following Trump, who's been drinking the Kool-Aid, will, you know, they're going to start, like, finally, truly start to go, okay, there's some things here that, you know, doesn't make sense. There's things that are going to be happening that, you know, they're going to want to know the truth about it. They're going to want to know what happened. And this will swing the Republican Party a little bit away from the right, and more towards fresh ideas of the Republican Party, not losing its you know, bases in the past and what they represented, but come up with new ideas that can keep the Republican Party going. They don't care about Donald Trump in the end of this reading. They don't care. They're not looking at Donald Trump. They're looking at just, let's get the truth out there. And they know they need to help themselves if they want to save the Republican Party. His best idea for going is just keep going, Trump. Go to the beat of your own drum. There's nothing you can do. You can't change it up now. It's like he is just going to continue. He's going to try to start fires. He's going to try to start, you know, name calling. He's going to reach out to people that I don't even want to know about. He's this could be a fire, like a literal fire, start a literal fire. That's spooky, because that could be like in Trump Tower or Mar-a-Lago. It just feels like he's just going to get more and more involved in himself and what he wants to do. And even if people are saying, Trump, stop it, you can't do this, he just wants destruction. He wants complete and utter revenge on anybody that he thinks thwarted him in any kind of way. In any kind of way. The moon. Oh, Lord. Oh. And looking at the moon here as Donald's outcome, I'm also seeing it reflect with the other cards, with the Tower, with the Lover's card especially, that for Donald Trump right now, this is his comeuppance. He can't have done all the bad and everything that's happened without him coming to having to come to pay for it. I think that, I sound really morbid, but I almost feel like before he'd see jail time, he'll be underground. Let's look. Will he be on the next Republican ticket for president? Okay. The Magician. Oh. But I did turn it inside. But see, I don't do out. The Magician. What can you say? The Magician would be a yes for now, but that's just for right now. That doesn't allow for energies to have changed, for people's wills to change, and therefore changes the whole outcome of everything. Wow. That was interesting. Okay, so let's have a look, and we're going to look at Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric. Let's just have a past, present, future kind of check-in on those guys and see what's happening. All right. Next, we're going to look at Don Jr. Let's have a look and see what are the energies around him right now. He has already been to testify, and I'm sure he's trying to not say anything stupid. I mean, that's the feeling. In the past, we've got the Ten of Wands. He's been really okay. In the past, we have the Ten of Wands. I think working with his father, he felt like he was starting to get some of his respect. He felt like he was starting to come into his own. I think he felt like if they could just keep going and get through the next 4 years and then go for the White House again, that they'd be able to get over these troubles. And it all leads up to the devil. God, Trump Jr. has some major, major issues. He has mental issues. He has drinking issues, drug issues, sex issues. Like, he is a mess. I'm sorry, he's just a mess. And he's like, he's his worst own enemy. So I think that he will try as he can to the best of his ability to try to keep out of trouble, try not to get Dad in any more trouble. But with the Seven of Swords here, I'm seeing something that Don Jr. is going to say is going to cost a lot of money. They're the company, the Trump Inc., Trump Corporation. You know, people are throwing around numbers like 250 and stuff. I think it could actually be more. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him going to jail to keep his father afloat, to keep his father out of jail. These kids, what is wrong with you? Save yourselves, for God's sakes. All right, let's look at Eric next. I always thought Eric was going to be the one that would get in trouble with past readings. I said, strangely enough, Eric's going to be the one that's going to get the first bout of trouble. And I think that's going to be the case because he's probably been the most involved in the Trump businesses. Definitely a mama's boy. I think out of all the Trumps, he's probably the least Trump-like and most like his mother. I think he actually could have a bit of a mind for business, even though he's always looked like a dum-dum. It's more like he has his mother's intuition, but he has his father's effect and power on him. So what's going to happen with Eric? In the past, we've got the Two of Cups. So, you know, he was happy enough to take over Trump Corporation. He was doing it with a lot of help. He thought he was, you know, keeping everything afloat, keeping the money going, and being really, really proud of himself. I also think this indicates in the past that after his mother's passing, it became even more important to him to keep the Trump name. It's almost like his mother must have like taught him, like, you know, respect your father, respect the Trump name, that's your name, like that kind of thing. In the present, we've got the Ace of Swords. So there's going to be some truths coming out, and they are going to have his John Henry on a check or some kind of paper that's really going to affect Eric. Ace of Swords, there's some truths to come out. Death card. So, like we predicted for before, Eric, I think you're probably going to be the first one to see some jail time, like so to actually see some. My God, I sound like I'm trying to say seashells, it's seashore. Eric is going to be, from the looks of it, from past readings, he's going to be the one that's going to get the transformation first. He's going to be the one that's going to have to deal with the fallout of all this quicker than his brother and sister. And talking about his sister, Ivanka. Now, don't say Ivanka Trump. You'd be wrong. You're wrong. It's no longer Ivanka Trump. It's Ivanka Kushner. So let's see how Ivanka Kushner, who thought that she was completely out of the way, she didn't think she had a thing to worry about, but she does, and she did, and she will. So let's have a look at Ivanka Kushner. Ivanka Kushner. In the past, the Page of Wands. Well, wasn't she excited? She just thought she was a little princess. She went to China and said, hey, can I get these patents? And She was just like, I can create my, like, it was just like, oh my God, she just felt so powerful. She thought she could just do whatever she wanted, create whatever she wanted, have her clothing line. This was the opening up of everything that she wished to have, that she would want to have. And so she could almost say it like, I've done it on my own too. In the present, are you kidding me? Did you notice that for all 3 kids, or well, I don't, for 2 kids, and I know in Donald's, in the first part of his reading, we got this card. It's them taking blame for Donald, taking some of the blame for Donald. And she has given information, but it feels more like she's given information that would put her brothers under the bus rather than her father. I think her father has something that he can hold against Kushner, her husband, and that could be holding her at bay for not totally, you know, cutting ways with him, because she knows he's got something on Jared. So for different reasons, all of them will stick through with their dad for now. Ace of Cups. How old is she? Because I know we've done multiple readings and I'm like, oh my God, is there any way she could get pregnant or something? I think she's very much going to use her femininity. The fact that she's a woman shouldn't make her, or should keep her out of jail, keep it to the boys. She's going to throw everything under the boy, under Eric and Donald Jr. And her heart is with her husband. She's got more to do with him than we actually know when it comes to finances and knowing where the bodies are buried and all that kind of stuff. And so this card is telling me that if in the near future she would have to, she would take Trump down. She would take the loss, which would be a tremendous loss to her, because she would know that her and Jared still have some things. They've done things in preparation of this point that can get them out of some of the more harsher trouble. And it is going to hurt Donald Trump's feelings. Like, that is just almost not quite as much as the money, but man, he's going to find out about what Ivanka and Jared have done to prepare for this moment, because we've talked in multiple readings that was going to come out. And here again, we have the Page of Swords. So here's the truth, the papers. The idea is coming out. You're going to see this whirlwind, and there's going to be more information coming out, and there's going to be more looking into Ivanka and Jared. So Ivanka's going to be looked into more, but I think now they're even going to go further and kind of look at Ivanka and Jared as a separate entity onto themselves due to some business things that they've done. Well, so my darlings, I think I'll leave this as my reading. Yes, darlings, yes, I'm going to leave this as our reading, because we have lots of time to read about so much more that's coming on. Please feel free to put it in my comments what you'd like for me to, look at next, what's important for me to read on. And if you're ever considering wanting to get a reading with me, please feel free to email me below. We'll get in touch with each other and see what we can do. And I think that's going to be it. Until the next time we have our unity candle lit for each and every one of us. I missed you so much. I'm so glad to be back with you. And until the next time we chat, cheerio and take care.